My name is Chris Scranton. I live in Cyprus, Texas.
Awesome.
Out here in a nice, decent neighborhood, and enjoying every minute of it.
That's great.
Enjoying the solar panels. Power goes off, comes right back on.
Some of the comments people tell us is they say it's impossible. You can't back up AC with a battery.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. It works, and it works perfectly too. And the electricity goes off. The AC is like nothing ever happens.
How many outages have you had since they were installed?
Two outages.
Okay. And how long did those last?
Oh, that lasted a couple of hours here and there, and but you wouldn't tell because the battery stayed on. Mm-hmm. That's one fantastic thing about it. You really don't know until you get a lot of slight glitch in your electricity, mm-hmm. and then that's when you know your power is coming back on. You have to look around your neighborhood to find out if your power is off. It turns on automatically.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe some of the viewers would like to hear your story of like how you made it. You told me just earlier that you had to walk like everywhere before.
Yeah.
Tell me about like where you came and like how it took you.
As a kid, I walked everywhere. I did from a kid needing milk. I walked in the rain, sleet, and snow. Go to work every day. It's rain, sleet, snow. I walk. And nobody picked me up. I walked. There's nobody that said, "Hey, Chris, you need a ride." I walked. That's my ambition. That's why I have the things I have right now because, I remember how I used to walk and walk and walk and nobody picked me up. Mm-hmm. That's things that change your life. You'd be ambitious. You don't want to walk for the rest of your life.
And you were telling me about like how before you were in the hood and now you have a group of friends that like you all, how often do you meet up with, I guess?
Yeah, we meet up every 3 or 4 months, have drinks and talk, and we talk about business, we talk about our dreams, we talk about the direction we want to go into and the things we have and the things we built.
That's awesome.
So everybody tags off each other and we don't let each other down.
That's awesome.
We're always here for each other.
Because you were telling me about like, you have to be careful with like who you hang out with because it really inconveniences you. Yeah,
that's the thing. You better be careful who you hang out with because at the end of the day, if you have friends with no ambition, they will give you no ambition. If you have a friend that says, "What are you doing this morning?" That's not the friend to have. Unless you have to have a friend that says, "Let's go make money. Let's build each other up." If you don't have that, it's not a friend. Mm-hmm. What are y'all doing together besides staring at each other? You have to have somebody to say, "This is what I want in life."
Totally.
Not what are you drinking today?
Totally.
That's the difference between building your ambition and having nothing. You know?
You got to have to work hard to have something worth to celebrate.
Exactly.
I guess.
And I work hard every day. I don't take a day off.
There you go.
Every day I have to have something going. Somebody's calling me about something.
So I guess to take a step back, how did you originally find out about this? Were you looking for generators or?
Oh, yes. I was looking for a generator. I have a generator right there that's covered up. Yep. And I was looking because the power outage before, a lady down the street passed away in a garage over carbon dioxide poisoning. And so I was looking for a generator for my house. So I bought one, but I wanted to power directly to my house, not just a generator. And I came across an ad on Instagram, and it offered solar panels. So I responded, y'all responded, and here we are.
So this was back in the freeze of the 2021 freeze?
Yeah, the 2021 freeze. A lady right down the street with her grandchild.
Oh.
They both done passed away in their garage.
She just didn't know you had to open it.
She didn't know anything about opening the garage. She just got in the car, turned on the car. Her and the granddaughter, both of them fell asleep inside, and both of them passed away.
And there's like a street down, or?
Yeah. Oh, actually, the 2 blocks over.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly 2 blocks over. And
That's tragic.
That was very tragic. Everybody was like, "Oh my God." Actually, that's why majority of my neighbors have solar panels now.
Wow.
Because right after that storm, that's when everybody started installing solar panels.
Yeah.
Right after that, you know.
Did they combine it with a generator or batteries?
This guy over here does, but I don't know about the rest of them. But I see the solar panels going up as the years go on.
Yeah.
You know, so I looked into it, and y'all offered a great deal. You know, and that was fantastic. You know,
What'd you have to pay us?
nothing, nothing. I paid $250 a month, and
That's for the electricity, right?
that's electricity. That's it. That's all year round.
What were you paying before?
$850, $750 in the summertime.
Oh,
You know, that's my normal light bill.
wow.
Kids at home and they burning electricity.
How many kids do you have here?
I got two. I had three. One moved out.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, two
Wow.
boys. You know.
So I guess what would you tell anyone like looking into this?
Get into it, man. Hey, how can you lose? There's no way you can lose. You're benefiting. You know. That's why I'm finna buy me a new G-Wagon.
There you go. When is it gonna arrive?
Oh, it's supposed to be here tomorrow.
Oh wow.
You know. So that's
awesome.
you know, that's how much money I'm saving.
There you go.
To be honest with you.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Wow. So, what was the process like from start to finish?
The process was very easy. Sat down and draw out a plan on the computer, see how much square feet that I want covered, and I pretty much covered 90% of the house. And after that, electricians, and they came out and said, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is the time we're going to start. We're going to start on this end, and then we're going to end up on this end. Very basic, very simple, straight to the point. And the day everything's installed, it says be 24 to 48 hours, everything will be transferred.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was pretty basic, cut and dry. You know,
So
nothing complicated.
wow. From the start to kind of install, how long did it take?
Oh, and still about 3 weeks.
Oh,
About 3 weeks, because it was something happened. They had another job, and then came back. Something, I don't know, something in the middle happened, but it only took like 3 or 4 weeks.
okay.
You know.
That is pretty fast.
Yeah.
And then to get your new bill switched over.
Switch over. Oh, I called ahead of time. I told them, I gave them a date, and they gave me a date, and they told me, okay, we'll send somebody out. Soon send somebody out. We'll Centerpoint said we'll send somebody out, and then we'll let you know when we're going to transfer the power.
They checked off everything.
They checked everything and signed off on everything, and basically I got my first bill within like a month and a half.
Oh, wow.
And everything's good to go. I have no issues.
That's amazing.
Except for one.
Yeah, the AC won't turn off.
The AC won't turn
So
off.
it's backing up. You asked them to back up more than just one unit? It's backing
Yeah, I got two, one upstairs and one downstairs, and the one downstairs is working normally. The one upstairs is the one that won't turn off.
Okay.
You know, so just found out that just recently too. So, you know, I didn't even know anything about it until I got a service check.
Did you have to get the soft start installed, or did you already have that?
No, they did everything. You know,
wow.
I touched nothing.
Wow.
You know, I touched anything. I just made a couple of phone calls, and that was it.
Wow.
Easy life.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the batteries are mounted a few inches off.
Yeah.
Just for
inches
clearance.
off
I
the
know
ground.
there's like some ventilation under there.
Yeah.
Lights. Do you use the app much? Do you look at that?
No, I have no reason to. It's just everything is cut and dry. You look at your bill. Your bill is exactly the same. I get it directly out of my account, and everything is exactly the same. Nothing changes.
Yeah. So even if you had access to it, you don't really care about monitoring.
No.
So much. Okay.
Not until something happens.
Yeah.
You know. But,
I had one person in the comments and like, oh, I don't want another thing I have to like monitor, and I guess you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to. You really don't have to do anything. Everything is pretty cut and dry in the bill too, because they send you a paper copy, you know, and you look at the bill and it tells you how much power you're using, everything, you know.
Yeah.
Everything is cut and dry. That's what I like, you know, because a lot of companies they talk double talk,
Yeah.
you know, And next thing you know, you're paying 3 or 4 bills for your solar panels, and you only ask for one. You know, you're like, what is this? Oh, we forgot to tell you. You know, so at the end of the day, you know, that's, you know, with y'all, it's face value.
Yes.
You know, and you say what y'all say, and it is right there, and it's in cut and dry.
Yeah.
You know, I have no issues. You know, my neighbors ask me all the time. You know, and I try to turn a couple of friends on to you guys.
Oh, cool.
You know,
appreciate that.
All the time. They ask me when they come over, man, I got solar panels. Yeah. You know, check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like half the time people come to us because they just want solar. The other half, they want backup power. Maybe they have some medical devices or...
Yeah, well, I have friends that have solar panels, but they don't have the batteries. You know, and some of them have one battery.
Okay.
Yeah, and...
like a Tesla or something?
Yeah, and it's not doing what y'all do.
Yeah, I mean, compared to a Tesla, you have like four times as much capacity as one of those Tesla Powerwalls.
Yeah, so, you know, it still doesn't do what y'all do. Nothing fails. My stove works, my AC works, internet works. That's most important for the kids. You know, everything works, you know, so it's like you're having normal power.
Totally.
You know, you can't fail. You know?
Is it all electric or do you have gas too here?
I have gas also,
Okay.
but it's electric gas. So you turn on it will not work if you don't have electricity.
For like the stove?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it still works even though the power comes on. The gas it ignites. It's an igniter. You know. So
I think after that winter freeze, a lot of people realize it's good to have some things that are gas.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
you can make do. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like I say, everything works just perfectly. See, I have gas for the AC for my heaters.
Okay.
You know, so that's all gas. You know, so they got electrical power for your AC units. That would not work if I didn't have the solar panels.
Okay.
You know, so it still works even though the power goes off. You still got enough power to turn your heater on.
You've you've gone through an outage.
Yes.
In the winter.
In the wintertime.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it heated your home.
Hey, heated my home.
Wow.
I have no problem, man. Hey, everything works just fine. Everything is powered just right. For the AC, everything, you turn it on, the heater comes on with it. Had no problem with that. If it did, my wife would be crying like that. She's a cold freak.
Now, did you ever, I know you had that generator kind of on the side. Now there's a whole bunch of stuff piled on it.
Decoration.
Did you ever have to, come out and crank it up?
No.
You never used it?
Actually, it's for sale right now. You want to buy it?
How much do you want for it?
They go about a good 100. It's just sitting there for quite a while. It's just in great condition too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll buy it from you.
All right. Hey, it's there.
If I can put it in my truck.
Yeah, it's heavy. It's one that got how much power on it? It's a lot of voltage on it.
Yeah, I guess.
It's supposed to power half the house.
Oh wow. Okay.
From what the guy telling me.
Okay. Good to know.
So it just sat there, man. It just hey. Yeah. Actually, I never turned it on once.
Okay, so it's never been used.
Never been used.
Then that actually should be good because the biggest issue with generators is if you run them, you put fuel in it, that fuel sitting there is going to carb the carburetors.
Yeah, the carburetor, then it's a funnel down in the middle that you can, it's like a pinhole, like a needle thread. Okay. That's what clogs up. Nobody knows that. That's why they be trying to sell them or send them to little mechanics that fix small engines. I happen to know all about that.
Oh, so you used to do some mechanics
I
stuff?
got a little bit of everything, man.
There you go.
I used to own an AC company I done it all, to janitorial services, to you name it.
I think
rug, shampoo, everything.
too, okay.
Yeah, I used to do all that.
Yeah, on the way out here, I saw a big billboard for AC. It was like, I think that's pretty big business out here.
Yeah, I used to run it. I did it for almost like a year and a half. Then I became supervisor at an AC company right off 16 Loop.
Was it like a residential one or
It's
commercial?
residential and commercial.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I became supervisor out there. I did that for like 10 years. Then I jumped off to oil and gas and went to Afghanistan.
Wow.
Doing stuff out there,
That's how you make the hazard pay, right?
Oh yeah,
I heard that was good.
Tax-free money.
Did you ever get shot at?
Oh yeah, of course. But
how close did it come to you?
Oh, it came really close. The backside of this house on the backside, it's a couple of bombs went off.
Okay.
A couple of rocket launchers went this way. Shoo, Kandahar. I was in Kandahar.
Kandahar.
Yeah.
And you were a private contractor, just setting up the infrastructure.
Setting up infrastructure. Maintaining the military all-terrain vehicles, rocket launchers, tow trucks, MRAPs, and all the above.
Wow.
I was out there doing all that.
You don't have to fix all that stuff.
Fixing it all. Blow it up, I fix it up.
I guess that's why you like the G-Wagon.
Yeah. Oh, that's the only vehicle that lasted out there. Yeah. All the Hondas and the Toyotas, they're breaking down. G-Wagon, the only one kept running.
They had Mercedes out there?
Yeah, the Mercedes G-Wagon out there. Yeah. And so that was the get around vehicles. You can get around a military base. So they had Toyota, Honda, Nissan, all that stuff just riding around in the neighborhood. And
it wasn't just all Humvees?
No, it wasn't Humvees. It's just the Humvees are diesel.
Okay.
So they want to reserve the diesel fuel.
Right.
So they got these vehicles they just purchased from anywhere.
The local. Okay.
Yeah, local vehicles and G-Wagons. Hondas and Toyotas are the ones they actually
just to blend in, to fit in.
Yeah, blend in, drive around a military base, and it's inconspicuous vehicles.
Yeah.
So you can get a Honda and just drive around anywhere you want to go.
Wow.
So it don't stick out like that's military.
Right.
Yeah. So that's but the G-Wagons, that's the only ones that didn't break down. Because the sand destroys the filters. It gets in the filters, gets into the engines and everything. They're no good. You got to constantly clean and make sure the engine is clear and everything on the Toyotas, Hondas, and Nissans and everything like that.
Wow. So how long were you out there for?
Oh, 2 years. 2 years. Obama said, come home. So I was out there 2 years. At the end of the 2 years, he's like, we're cutting everybody a contract and renegotiating.
So would you stay out there for like 4 months or so at a time?
6 months at a time.
Okay. 6
months at a time. Go with that 6 months, come back 2 weeks, then go back after 2 weeks.
Wow.
So every 6 months I get to come home and enjoy my fruits of my labor.
There you go.
So it was pretty good, but now I'm old enough, like, you got a wife, you got the kids, so.
Yeah, you can't risk it as much.
Yeah. And I bought me a G-Wagon when I came back too.
There you go.
Yeah. So it was pretty nice.
Wow.
So
yeah, I see you have a Houston Chronicle of about Obama makes history.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my contract. He cut 2 contracts.
Oh, he was the one that ended your.
Yeah, he cut my contracts. I like the guy, but he's a contract killer.
So I guess there's some love-hate.
Yeah, the love-hate guy. Like I say, I lost a lot of money while he was in office. But still the same fact. It's like,
yeah.
Teeter-tot a little bit.
The neighbors were curious. And what do you pretty much tell them when they ask?
Oh, look into it. I said, look into it, man. I gave you your number and everything.
Nice.
And they don't believe when I tell them it didn't cost me anything.
Yeah, the typical models that you have to get in the loan. And back then, just to get solar, it was like at least $30,000 for a basic system.
Yeah.
And then, you'd have to apply with your accountant and... Well, you had you did that stuff, so you like the tax credit
and all that, and pretty much if your credit's in great condition, you have nothing to worry about. In the poor condition, that's when they start saying, "Oh, okay, this is what we can do for you."
Yeah.
But
kind of the issue that I think the current administration, the reason why they shut it down is because like these, a lot of solar companies would just promise everyone, "Oh yeah, you can get it."
Yeah.
But a lot of people are older, they don't have the taxable income.
Yeah.
Or they're entrepreneurs and they just write everything off. Yeah. So at the end of the day, they don't owe anything, so they can't really claim it.
Yeah, they can't really claim anything,
So you can't, guarantee that everyone's going to get the tax credit.
Yeah, you can't guarantee that, trust me, because I had a couple of friends, they say, what happened this year, last year? Totally different tax season, buddy.
Yeah.
So I wish everybody can just, if they kept it going like that, you got to roll. If you pay attention to the government, you understand it how they're cutting stuff to save money, to move money in different directions. They're actually not saving money; they're moving money. You know, so at the end of the day, yeah, you had a tax cut last year. This year you don't. You know, so you may get a little bit, but you're not getting as much as $6,000-7,000 like some people.
Yeah, it's kind of like that quote. It's not the smartest or the strongest. It's the person that is quickest to adapt that will survive.
Exactly. And that's when you pay attention to the market. You don't pay attention, you lose big time. Even in your 401k, you're losing a lot of money around here. You know, $4,000 and $5,000 if you're not paying attention. Every time there's he drops a bomb in Iran, you're losing money.
Wow.
You know, you look at your 401k, you know, you pay attention. Hey, $2,000-3,000 every time.
Wow.
You know, every time something major happens, you're losing money in your 401k. There's no getting it back. You got to gain it back. You know, so that's what happens at the end of the day. You pay attention to the markets. Pay attention to what's going on with the government. You know,
Totally.
You know, they telling you at face value what's going on. You know, no mistakes, no matter who's in office. You know, at the end of the day, man, we enjoying this.
That's good. Good to hear.
You know, you're saving a lot of money, man.
That's crazy.
That's
you're
no
paying
joke.
that much.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. You know, I got kids and they like to stay cool. They keep the lights on. They don't care about anything. Refrigerator door stay
And
open
it's relatively nice out. It hasn't actually gotten really hot yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I get the AC checks before anything major happens.
Yeah, because those emergency calls can be real expensive.
But thank you for coming checking on me, man. I appreciate you.
Love it.